What's up, guys? Dylon here, and today is what day is today? Today's day 20 of 100 squats a day for 30 days. So like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get rolling. So day 20 of the squats, and I want to introduce you to my best friend and also my worst nightmare that I haven't been giving enough time, I've been neglecting. So let me go over here and just show you the foam roller. And this is actually a nice one. This kind of red foam roller is not too firm. I have a black one that has these nodules on it that is like, is it in my closet? It might be in my closet. I don't want to get that out because it is painful. It is. So one of these like foam rollers, you can kind of see the construction. You don't have to spend too much money on them, but buying one of these is great for doing these squats every day. It's great in general for rolling out your muscles, getting some of the lactic acid out. But I used this a little bit earlier today because my legs were feeling sore, and man, it did some work. I need to do some more work, spend some more time with this. But one of these ones that isn't too firm. If you get one of these, like there's the fancy ones with the knobs and stuff on it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. It's not right there. Must be hiding somewhere else. But they make them with like all different types and like with the different knobs and stuff on it. I don't think you ever need it. Like something like this is really good. I like the black foam ones. It's like a slightly harder foam than this. This one's actually pretty soft, so it's not as, it doesn't quite get in the muscles as much, but if they're really sore, it still works them. So, but you don't need to spend a ton of money on something like this. I mean, it's literally a thing of foam. But these things are essential for home workouts, and especially when you're doing squats every day. Just being able to roll out those quads and just get that lactic acid out and loosen up those muscles, I think is really key. So I highly recommend this. But today we're going to do 100 squats. I'm going to get some upper body and some bench press because I finally can. I tried doing a pull-up and it was pretty sad because I haven't been able to do them for 2 months, and I lost a ton of strength in this arm just because of not using it. So I need to get back into push-up and pull-up form. So just got to keep practicing over the next month or so I can do a 100 push-ups a day challenge or 100 pull-ups a day challenge. I'd love to do a 100 pull-ups a day challenge, to be fair. That's been something that I've done, but it's a lot harder for me, at least, maybe for you, but to do 100 pull-ups in a day than 100 push-ups. Just pull-ups are tough, especially after working my legs and gaining all this mass down here. It's harder. But one way I would do the pull-up challenge was I would do as many as I can. I'd do sets. I found that shorter sets made it easier. Like if I incorporated it with my workout between like squat sets and stuff like that, I would do like 7 to 10 pull-ups. That helped get them in. But then also I have a couple elastic bands that I would hang from the bar to just make it a little bit easier. Like when my arms are really tired, to make it easier. And so like the way I'm feeling about my legs being sore and tired, I got that in my arms. And you want to be careful there because with all of this, right, you don't want to injure yourself doing these challenges, but there's certain things that you can push through. But I didn't want to get golfer's elbow. I've had that before where I mainly got it from rock climbing, where basically it's like a tendonitis right in here because I think the tendon or muscle runs through this section and it can get inflamed. And that was never fun, especially when like from rock climbing, because it makes it hard to do rock climbing. So if you're gonna do something like that, which make sure you warm up and strengthen that arm and muscle in those areas at a reasonable pace, because if you apply too much force too quickly, especially if your muscles are strong, but maybe your tendons aren't quite as strong, which is what I learned from rock climbing, it might make it harder. Or make you more likely that you hurt yourself. And someone made a comment about that on my videos saying that they got tennis elbow from the Vitruvian and how it loads the weight. I couldn't quite understand their reasoning by how the machine loads the weight, causing, creating an issue with how like it was loading. Because like when I do the reps, it loads the weight on the first rep, but it's never like the full amount of weight on that first rep. So it gradually loads the weight as you move up on that first rep. So when I do these squats, when I come down, if this was the start of my reps after I do my warm-up reps, are the calibration reps. It starts loading the weight here, but it doesn't fully load until you're up at the top. And if I have a lot of weight on this, like if it's time under tension mode, even with the beast mode engaged, it's supposed to load faster. I have to pause for a second at the top for the machine to finish loading all the weight for the workout. So, right, I don't know like how it creates an issue or makes injury more prone. I'm not an expert in this area, but because you're not on your first rep, you're not doing the full amount of weight, which is why when I do 5 sets of 5 squats, I do 5 sets of 6 squats because the first one basically doesn't count. The only way I get to see it is if you're loading the bar too much, or you're being too aggressive on it, you're hitting your muscles too hard, you're not training appropriately. But I don't know what the person was talking about, how the way it loads making injuries or overuse injuries more common. Not sure, because it seems like it makes it less common. Maybe the thing that can make it more common is that it's easier on a machine like this to get fully pumped out and continue doing reps because it adjusts the weight. And so you can overwork your muscle in that respect. So maybe that's possible. But just train smart, right? Don't overtrain yourself. Build up the things. Don't push yourself so hard on day one that like you can't do day two. I know, I've dated girls in the past, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna do squats, right? It's just what we're gonna do, right? Because we're gonna be better off doing squats. And they'll go and they'll get excited, and they'll do so much the first day they can't like walk the next day, and then and then they're tired and they're sore, and they're like, oh, I don't want to have that experience again. So they end up not like being consistent with it. So I need to make sure I'm that with my upper body, because I haven't done it in a few months. I can still feel the soreness from a few days ago. But if you're doing any of this type of stuff, these challenges, you see these videos, just I know it's not sexy, I know it's not like ideal, but you gotta start where you're at. And I've been training for years, okay? But even for me, I take a 2-month break, man, my body's got to reset. It's got to get used to it again. But you got to start where you're at and start slowly and gradually and build up. You'll be able to build up a lot faster than you think if you start slowly. But if you just try to rush into it, especially if you're older, if you're younger, rules don't apply to you probably because you're under 21. You're under 20 and you're watching this. You're a kid. But under 18, you're a kid under 18. Right? Let's be fair. But when you're younger, you can jump into things and you can ramp up a lot faster, but you still don't want to hurt yourself. So take your time getting into this type of stuff. When you're putting weight, when you're loading, you don't need to go all out on day one. Right? You don't get a medal. You don't get the benefit from the challenge, from a long, consistent routine by killing yourself on day one. Okay? You get the benefit by being consistent day in, day out over time. And in the case of these challenges, you get the benefit, you get the, your own little badge that you can put on yourself for completing the challenge for yourself. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. We're gonna do 100. We're gonna do some lighter weight ones because I'm gonna hit my chest. And I did some yesterday. I did 25, 15, 10, 10, 15, 25. The belt squat. I said this in the other video, but the belt squat is so much easier than doing the back squat for these because it's not working your full upper body. Okay, so it's easier to do the movement, it's easier to do the motion. I use time under tension mode for my belt squats, but when I was going fast and high reps for my back squats, I had to use the old school mode. And the old school mode, it kept the weight more consistent. It had less of a tendency to reduce the weight when I would lower it. And so when I do a lot of reps, I have a tendency to lower the weight faster, right, because I want to get the reps done, versus smooth and slow, because it would just take forever. That'd be quite the challenge. So just keep that in mind. And then, of course, with the back squat, slightly different muscles on it. Let's go and let's get done. We're going to do 75 pounds at 25 reps. Again, getting after it. Day 20. Got 10 more days left. I'm excited.
All right. 25 reps in, 75 to go. I'm gonna get some bench press in today. I'm excited for that. It's a beautiful day out. Spring is here. Almost done with this. I'm not gonna stop squatting, but mountain biking season starts. I'm cleared to mountain bike. So when April comes along, I'm gonna be doing a lot more mountain biking. So that's gonna be a good workout for my legs and a good exercise change up. So I'm not just doing squats all the day, so I can focus on my upper body, get that ready for summer, and get a little more shredded for when the time comes. So anyways, that's day 20. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.